Headlines to handcuffs. Inside the digital terrorism ruling in Pakistan that has shocked the media world. Landmark digital terrorism. Verdict in Pakistan. Stuns media and raises global free speech concerns. On January 2nd, 2026, a special anti-terrorism court in Islamabad delivered a highly controversial ruling that has reverberated across Pakistan and around the world. The court sentenced 7 well-known journalists, YouTubers, and a former military officer to 2 consecutive life prison sentences, each on charges of digital terrorism and inciting violent riots connected to the unrest of May 9th, 2023. Most of the convicted individuals live abroad and were tried in absentia, a practice that allows courts to convict people who are not physically present, which has intensified criticism of the verdict. The group named in the ruling includes figures such as Shaheen Sehbai, Wajahat Saeed Khan, Sabir Shakir, Moeed Pirzada, and commentators like Adil Raja, Haider Raza Mehdi, plus Akbar Hussain, a former military officer. Prosecutors told the court that the defendants used their large online platforms and social media followings to spread messages that fostered hatred against state institutions and encouraged violent actions during the chaotic protests that followed the arrest of former Prime Minister Imran Khan in 2023. In addition to lengthy prison terms, the court ordered each convicted person to pay heavy fines of about 1.5 million Pakistani rupees, warning that failure to pay could lead to even more jail time. The ruling marks a dramatic expansion of the Pakistani state's use of digital terrorism charges, a term that critics say is vague and overly broad. The government and its supporters argue that the sentences are a justified response to unrest that saw widespread violence and property destruction. However, international press freedom groups, human rights organizations, and civil liberties advocates have strongly condemned the judgment. They argue that criminalizing commentary and reporting, especially for people living abroad who cannot defend themselves in court, constitutes a severe attack on freedom of expression and a free press. Munizai Jahangir, a Pakistani television journalist and filmmaker, said in a post on X that the recent life sentences given to journalists and bloggers by an anti-terrorism court should be strongly condemned because the basic conditions for a fair trial were not followed. She said using a term like digital terrorism makes no sense and reflects a state that suppresses opposing voices. Jahangir added that even though she does not agree with many of the views expressed by these journalists, sentencing critics to life imprisonment is excessive, unreasonable, and completely unjustified. Trial in absentia has also been a flashpoint of criticism, because most of the accused were not in Pakistan and did not participate in the proceedings. Many observers say the process lacked transparency and due process protections. The Committee to Protect Journalists, CPJ, and other watchdogs have warned that similar legal actions could chill independent reporting and discourage journalists from critical coverage, both inside Pakistan and abroad. The convicts have 7 days to appeal the verdict to the Islamabad High Court, though mounting a legal challenge from overseas presents significant practical difficulties. Inside Pakistan, the reaction is polarized. Supporters of the ruling see it as accountability for individuals they believe contributed to lawlessness and attacks on state symbols. Critics, including many in the political opposition and media community, view it as part of a broader crackdown on dissent under a powerful military-influenced establishment. Some party leaders and independent commentators differ on how vocal they are, but the verdict has undeniably raised alarm among journalists who worry about a future where digital commentary could be treated as a criminal act. In simple terms, this event is being described as a turning point in Pakistan's approach to digital speech and national security. While the government claims the ruling is necessary to maintain order, international and local critics argue it undermines press freedom and could set a troubling precedent for how online speech is regulated. The outcome of upcoming appeals and the international reaction will be key to understanding how this case shapes the future of journalism and civil liberties in Pakistan.